The girl first sealed all the windows of the wooden cabin, then surrounded the perimeter of the cabin with a circle of mugwort. After that, she sprinkled realgar all around, cutting off the entire wooden cabin from the outside world, because this place was about to be attacked by a massive python, a python whose size was beyond everyone's imagination. Just the shed skin alone covered the entire forest. At this time, her best friend and boyfriend were still mocking her, calling her crazy, unaware that they were about to face their own impending doom. "Chen Chichi, you're out of your mind," they said, but the girl still kindly warned everyone. "The python will appear at 9 p.m. tonight. You'd better prepare ahead of time." Her boyfriend dismissed her with a wave, saying, "I've already prepared the barbecue grill. How about I grill you a snake?" Ignoring their ridicule, the girl turned around and started preparing the items in the cabin. She found a quilt, a large pile of food and water, because she clearly remembered. Only this cabin was the safest place. She could only wait here for the rescue team to arrive. For in her previous life, they had been trapped here as well. And as soon as the python appeared, it launched an attack on them, in a fight for survival. Her boyfriend and best friend abandoned her. Even worse, to stay alive, her boyfriend clubbed her to death to attract the python's attention. Maybe even heaven couldn't bear to watch, and allowed the girl to be reincarnated for revenge. After reincarnation, she initially thought it was just a nightmare, but the scene now was exactly like in her dream. The car suddenly stopped. Even the oil leak was the same as before. The news also reported that due to a landslide, the bridge had been hit and had collapsed, trapping them deep in the mountains, just like in her dream. This identical scene finally woke her up. She instantly realized she wasn't dreaming. She had been reincarnated. Seeing her best friend and boyfriend sneaking around under her nose, she didn't feel jealousy, only endless panic. At this moment, she saw a huge snakeskin on the ground, sending a chill down her spine. When she heard her companions wanted to continue to the vacation village, she quickly stopped them. Pointing to the snakeskin on the ground, she said, "We must leave immediately, because there's a massive python here." But they all dismissed it. They didn't believe there could be such a large snake in the world, saying it must be the bark left by a logger. The girl was so anxious her tears were about to fall, yet they remained indifferent and unconcerned, even saying that snakes were nothing to fear. If there really was one, they could catch it with one hand and make a snake soup. Just then, the manager of the vacation village arrived. Hearing their car was broken, he came to escort them. The girl knew she couldn't leave the forest alone. She had no choice but to follow her companions to the vacation village. But to her surprise, as soon as they entered the village, the manager discovered a fault with the newly purchased machine. As she was about to inspect it, the girl suddenly pulled her back, because she remembered from her previous life. The manager had been checking the machine when there was an explosion, leading to the loss of a leg and eventually being eaten alive by the python. Facing the girl's obstruction, the manager didn't take it seriously, saying the machine was newly bought by her brother and wouldn't have any issues. Unaware that the machine was currently leaking oil, her brother came to check on the noise. He also didn't believe the newly bought machine would fail, and the next moment, the machine exploded. The sudden explosion left both of them stunned. Only then did the siblings realize the girl was telling the truth. The girl told them this was just the beginning of the danger. The python would come to eat everyone tonight, so we must prepare ahead of time. The siblings found it hard to believe, so the girl had to get realgar powder to prepare in advance. Meanwhile, the other companions were choosing rooms. Since the vacation village couldn't accommodate everyone, it meant some had to stay in the dilapidated cabin. Seeing everyone's reluctance, the girl volunteered to stay in the cabin, because according to her memories from the previous life, this cabin was safe. The others, unaware of the truth, laughed at her for choosing a rundown cabin over a luxurious villa. Upon entering the cabin, the girl indeed found a secret passage. At this point, there were 4 hours left before the python's attack. She began to reinforce the old cabin, stocking up on enough food and heating equipment. Then she sprinkled realgar powder and mugwort around the cabin. Thus, the girl worked tirelessly until nightfall. As long as she could survive the python's attack tonight, she had confidence that she would wait for the rescue team to arrive. At this moment, her companions were gathered together for a party, playing music and dancing. The girl quickly tried to stop them, saying, "Noise will only attract the python's attention more." But everyone thought she was sick. Her best friend even turned the music up to the max, unaware that the python wheezing, quietly approaching. The girl gave her last warning to everyone to be careful of the python, but they continued to enjoy themselves. The manager, who had witnessed the girl's prophecy, immediately chose to believe her, and quickly fetched a hunting bow, following the girl to the small cabin for shelter. There was only 1 minute left before the python's attack. Her brother, who was outside getting gasoline, had not yet returned. The girl had no choice but to lock the door, while everyone else was still partying, completely unaware of the danger approaching. The girl looked at her watch and began to count down. When she reached 1, the python suddenly appeared in front of everyone.